Earthquake at the Camp Nou, news that shakes the football world. Barcelona has made a strong impact on the transfer market with a surprise signing that no one, absolutely no one, had on their radar. Hansi Flick, our genius on the bench, has brought in a star who will revolutionize the men's team, who will return our throne to us, and who will make all our rivals tremble. Do you want to know who this phenomenon is? Alejandro Grimaldo, the prodigal son of La Masia, is coming home from Bayer Leverkusen. Are you ready to be amazed by this exclusive that is blowing up the internet? Stay until the end, Cules, because this bomb is on another level. We start right away with the news of the year. If you are a Cule at heart, subscribe to Barcelona without bar, turn on the bell so you don't miss any detail of what's happening in our club. Come on, Cule, because it's getting hot. Let's get to the facts, Cules. The 2024-2025 season is the moment of the renaissance of Barcelona's men's team. After a 2023-2024 campaign where Xavi Hernandez left us with a league and a Super Cup, but with the thorn of not shining in Europe, Hansi Flick arrived on the bench with a clear mission: to return Barcelona to its rightful place at the top of world football. This man, who crushed everything with Bayern Munich by winning the Champions League and everything in his path, has brought an intense, vertical, and devastating football that makes us dream big. But beware, because the real earthquake is not only in his tactical board. The transfer market has exploded with an incorporation that is making headlines. Barcelona, with Joan Laporta at the helm, has had to move shrewdly in a complicated context. The economic situation is tough: debts, financial restrictions, and a ruthless market. While everyone was expecting a modest signing, Laporta and Flick pulled a rabbit out of their hat. Alejandro Grimaldo, the Spanish left-back who is returning home after a decade of success abroad. According to reports from Mundo Deportivo, the transfer was concluded for an amount between 15 and 18 million euros, taking advantage of a surprisingly low release clause for a player of his caliber. It is the return of the prodigal son, and the Camp Nou is already trembling with emotion. Let's focus on this star. Alejandro Grimaldo, aged 29, is an elite left-back trained at La Masia, the cradle of Cule legends. Born in Valencia in 1995, Grimaldo joined Barcelona's youth academy at the age of 12, where he stood out for his technique, vision of the game, and a left foot that seems like a brush. Although he never debuted with the first team, his talent took him to Benfica in 2016, where he established himself as one of the best fullbacks in Europe. In 2023, he signed for Bayer Leverkusen and, under the direction of Xavi Alonso, he exploded: 12 goals and 17 assists in 51 matches during the 2023-2024 season, helping the German club win its first Bundesliga. World-class numbers. Why is he so special? Because Grimaldo is not an ordinary left-back. He is a complete player. He defends solidly, attacks dangerously, has an exquisite strike, and a game-generating ability that fits like a glove with Barcelona's spirit. His experience with the Spanish national team, where he was key in Euro 2024, shows that he is at the best moment of his career. Grimaldo returns to Barcelona with a contract until 2029, ready to fulfill his dream of triumphing in the club of his childhood. Imagine this scenario, Cules: a defense with Ronald Araujo and Jules Koundé at the center, Alejandro Balde and Alejandro Grimaldo competing for the left-back position, and an attack led by Lewandowski, Lamine Yamal, and Rafinha. It's pure fire. Grimaldo arrives to solve one of Barcelona's weak points: the depth at left-back. Although Balde is an immense talent, injuries and lack of competition have limited him. Grimaldo is not just an alternative, he is an upgrade that raises the level of the team. In the first matches of the 2024-2025 season, Grimaldo has already shown glimpses of his class, such as in the 4-1 victory against Girona, his former team, where he delivered a pinpoint assist and showed defensive solidity that electrified the Camp Nou. His ability to join the attack by combining with PEDRI and GAVI gives Barcelona a lethal weapon on the left flank. But what impresses the most is his leadership. Grimaldo arrives with the experience of having won titles in Portugal and Germany, and his winning mentality is exactly what Flick needs to build a champion team. If this bomb makes you as emotional as it does me, like the video and share it with all the Cules you know. Subscribe to Barcelona without bar and turn on the bell to be informed of every exclusive. Come on, Barcelona is more alive than ever. Hansi Flick is not a coach who leaves anything to chance. This man transformed Bayern into a winning machine, and he is now doing the same with Barcelona. The arrival of Alejandro Grimaldo is not a coincidence, it is a key piece of his tactical scheme. Flick wants a team that presses high, recovers quickly, and attacks mercilessly, and Grimaldo fits like a glove. His experience as an offensive fullback at Leverkusen, where he played almost like a winger, allows him to adapt to Flick's philosophy: vertical, dynamic, and lethal football. In Flick's system, Grimaldo is more than a fullback, he is a playmaker. His ability to break lines with precise passes and his ease in reaching the opponent's box make him a constant threat. In training, he has already been seen connecting with LAMINE, YAMAL, and LEWANDOWSKI in plays that promise to make us vibrate. Additionally, his tactical intelligence allows him to close spaces in defense, which is crucial in a team that seeks to dominate through pressure. Flick knows that Grimaldo not only brings quality but also experience in key moments, those matches where titles are decided. To understand the magnitude of this signing, we must look at the complete panorama. The Barcelona of the 2024-2025 season is a team in full transformation. After the departure of legends like Busquets, Alba, and Pique, and with the renewal of Ter Stegen until 2028, the club is building a project that mixes experience and youth. Ronald Araujo and Kound are the pillars of the defense, Frenkie de Jong and Pedri dominate the midfield, and LAMINE YAMAL, at just 17 years old, is already a global star. But the left back was a concern, and Grimaldo arrives to solve it. The season has started strongly in La Liga. Barcelona has shown a crushing level with victories like the 4-1 against Girona, where Grimaldo has already made his mark. In the Champions League, despite an initial stumble against Monaco, the team has shown signs that it is aiming for everything. And in the Clásicos, the rivalry with Real Madrid is more alive than ever, with a 2-2 draw in the first duel that demonstrated that this Barcelona does not back down. Grimaldo is joining a team that doesn't just want to compete, but to dominate, and his signing is proof that Laporta and Flick have an ambitious plan. Why do we say that no one expected Alejandro Grimaldo? Because, although his name had been circulating in rumors for years, few believed that Barcelona could pull off such a smart transfer amid their economic problems. According to Mundo Deportivo, Grimaldo's release clause, between 15 and 18 million euros, was a golden opportunity that Laporta did not let slip away. While other clubs spend fortunes on flashy names, Barcelona found a star player at a bargain price. Moreover, the return of a La Masia-trained player, who never played with the first team, is a story no one could have predicted. Grimaldo left La Masia in 2016, convinced that at Benfica he would have more opportunities. 10 years later, he returns as an accomplished player, with an enviable track record and the maturity to take on the challenge of shining at Camp Nou. This signing is a masterstroke by Laporta, a move that combines nostalgia, quality, and a vision for the future. It is a direct blow to Real Madrid, who also wanted him. To understand why Alejandro Grimaldo is so special, we need to delve into his history, a journey that combines talent, sacrifice, and an unwavering love for football. Born on September 20, 1995, in Valencia, Spain, Grimaldo showed a unique gift with the ball from a young age. His precise left foot and on-field intelligence made him stand out from his early years. At the age of 12, in 2008, his talent caught the attention of FC Barcelona scouts, and thus began his adventure at La Masia, the Kuhl Dream Factory. At La Masia, Grimaldo was not just another player. He was a promising talent who shone in every category. As a left-back, he stood out for his ability to read the game, his impeccable technique, and a maturity that was surprising for his age. In the Juvenile A team, under coaches like Jordi Vinals, he became a natural leader, serving as captain and a reference in a team full of talents. His style was reminiscent of Barcelona's great fullbacks. He attacked with elegance, defended with tenacity, and had a vision of the game that set him apart. Everyone at the club saw him as the natural heir to Jordi Alba, but the fierce competition in the first team, with Alba at his peak and the lack of opportunities under Luis Enrique, led him to make a brave decision. In January 2016, at just 20 years old, Grimaldo accepted an offer from Benfica, leaving La Masia with a broken heart but determined to succeed in Portugal. He didn't take long to prove his worth. In his first full season, he established himself as an undisputed starter, showing a level that made many Kuhls wonder why Barcelona had let him go. Over 7 years at Benfica, Grimaldo played over 300 matches, scored 19 goals, and provided 50 assists, impressive numbers for a fullback. He won 4 Portuguese leagues and a Portuguese Cup, becoming an idol for the Lisbon club's supporters. His ability to join the attack, his precision in crosses, and his shooting on set pieces made him one of the most complete fullbacks in Europe. But the real leap in quality came in 2023 when he signed for Bayer Leverkusen under Xavi Alonso. In the Bundesliga, Grimaldo reinvented himself under Alonso, a coach who shares the Kuhl DNA. Alejandro reached stratospheric levels in the 2023-2024 season, being a key player in Leverkusen's historic campaign, which won the Bundesliga for the first time in its history, breaking Bayern Munich's dominance. Grimaldo played 51 matches, scored 12 goals, and provided 17 assists, numbers that put him on the radar of all the major European clubs. His ability to play almost like a winger, combined with defensive solidity that improved over the years, made him a complete player. Additionally, his time at Leverkusen led him to establish himself in the Spanish national team during Euro 2024. Grimaldo was a starter in several key matches, showing that he can shine on the biggest stages. His connection with players like Alvaro Morata and Dani Olmo demonstrated that he was ready to compete at the highest level. But despite his success abroad, Grimaldo never forgot his roots. In interviews, he always spoke proudly of his time at La Masia, his love for Barcelona, and his dream of one day returning to the club that trained him. This dream began to take shape in the summer of 2024. According to reports from Mundo Deportivo, Barcelona had been following Grimaldo for years, but economic limitations had stalled any possibility. However, a release clause between 15 and 18 million euros in his contract with Leverkusen was the perfect opportunity. Joan Laporta, aware of the need to strengthen the left-back position, did not hesitate. Grimaldo, now 29 years old, returns to Barcelona at the peak of his career, with an enviable track record, tactical maturity that makes him indispensable, and a hunger for glory that fits perfectly with Hansi Flick's project. His story is one of a fighter who never gave up, from the streets of Valencia to the fields of Lisbon and Leverkusen. Grimaldo has traveled a path full of obstacles, but always with the Barcelona crest in his heart. Now, back home, he has the opportunity to come full circle, to show that La Masia was right to bet on him, and to become the hero that Camp Nou has always awaited. Alejandro Grimaldo is not just a signing, he is the return of a Kuhl who is ready to make history. Kuhls, if there's something that makes the signing of Alejandro Grimaldo even more special, it's the instant connection he has forged with the supporters of FC Barcelona. From the moment he stepped onto the Camp Nou for his presentation, with the Blaugrana jersey flowing and a smile reflecting pure Kuhl pride, Grimaldo won the hearts of the supporters. His first words as a Barcelona player were a love song to the club. Returning to Barca is a dream come true. I have carried this crest in my heart since I was a child at La Masia, and now I will give everything for these supporters. These words were not just a speech, they were a promise that resonated in the stands and in every corner of Barca fandom. Grimaldo is not unknown to the Kuhls. Although he never debuted with the first team during his initial period, the most loyal supporters, those who follow the youth academy, have always known his potential. 4 years, forums, social media, and Kuhl debates have regretted his departure in 2016, when the club, under the management of Luis Enrique, did not give him the opportunity he deserved. Seeing him triumph at Benfica and later at Bayer Leverkusen, while La Masia remained his spiritual home, generated a kind of collective nostalgia. Now, his return has sparked a wave of enthusiasm not seen since the returns of idols like Cesc Fabregas or Eric Garcia. On social media, hashtags like #GrimaldoVuelve and #Hijo de la Masia have gone viral, with thousands of fans celebrating the return of the prodigal son. On the field, Grimaldo has known how to translate this love into performances that electrify the Camp Nou. Every time he advances down the left flank with his magical left foot, every precise cross, every tenacious defensive tackle, the supporters respond with applause and chants. During the 4-1 victory against Girona, when he delivered a pinpoint assist for a goal by LAMINE YAMAL, the stadium erupted in a roar that seemed to say, "This is our Grimaldo." The supporters see not just an elite player, but one of their own, someone who understands what the Blaugrana jersey means, as he has worn it since the age of 12. Off the field, Grimaldo has won over the supporters with gestures that demonstrate his commitment. During his first week as a Barca player, he visited the club's official store to sign autographs and take photos with children who looked at him like a hero. On social media, his posts reflect his love for the club. Photos from his childhood at La Masia, messages thanking the support of the Kuhls, and even a video of him singing the Barca anthem with supporters in a bar in Barcelona. These details, which might seem small, have deeply touched supporters who value authenticity above all else. Moreover, Grimaldo has connected with the younger Kuhls, who see him as an example of perseverance. His story of leaving La Masia, triumphing abroad, and returning as a world-class player inspires those who dream of following in his footsteps in Barca's football schools. Coaches are already talking about doing a Grimaldo to motivate young players not to give up, even if the path to the first team seems distant. During home matches, banners with his name and the number 3, the jersey number he chose in honor of his time at the youth academy, are multiplying in the stands, and the chants dedicated to him are beginning to resonate strongly. But what makes this connection truly special is the passion that Grimaldo conveys in every match. He is seen running as if every ball is the last, pressing as if he is defending the crest of his life, and celebrating every action with an intensity that is contagious. The Cules, who have lived through years of highs and lows, see in him a player who brings not just quality, but also soul. In a club where the supporters are the driving force, where the Camp Nou vibrates with every pass and every goal, having a player like Grimaldo, who feels the colors like any other supporter, is a gift. Alejandro Grimaldo is not just a fullback. He is a Cule at heart who makes all the supporters vibrate. When we talk about Alejandro Grimaldo and his impact on FC Barcelona, there is a scenario where his presence becomes absolutely crucial: the big matches. The Clásicos against Real Madrid, the Champions League duels against giants like Bayern Munich or Manchester City, the nights when the Camp Nou transforms into a volcano and the whole world has its eyes on Barça. These are the moments that define elite players, and Grimaldo, with his experience, quality, and mentality, is destined to be the hero that Barça needs in these epic battles. Grimaldo is no stranger to big scenarios. During his years at Benfica, he faced teams like Liverpool, Juventus, and PSG in the Champions League, demonstrating that he doesn't tremble when the pressure is at its peak. In the 2023-2024 season, with Bayer Leverkusen, under the direction of Xavi Alonso, he was key in decisive matches against Bayern Munich and Borussia Dortmund, where he not only defended solidly but also provided goals and assists that made the difference. His performance in the 2024 Europa League final, where Leverkusen was crowned champion, was a masterclass, a magnificent free-kick goal and an assist that sealed his status as a player for key moments. At Barça, Grimaldo shows that he is made for big matches. Take, for example, the 2-2 draw against Real Madrid in the first Clásico of the 2024-2025 season. In this duel at the packed Bernabeu with tension at its peak, Grimaldo not only stopped the rival wingers with impeccable defensive solidity but also became a dagger on the left flank. His assist for one of Barca's goals, a measured cross that Lewandowski finished with fury, was a work of art that silenced the Madrid supporters. But he didn't stop there. His ability to keep calm under pressure, win key duels, and initiate actions from the back was fundamental for Barça to leave such a difficult field with a point. The Cules in the stands and on social media couldn't stop talking about his performance. Grimaldo is a titan. What makes Grimaldo so valuable in these matches is his versatility. Hansi Flick has designed a system where the fullbacks are not just defenders but are key pieces in building the attack. Grimaldo, with his silky left foot, can launch long passes to change the game, send precise crosses into the box, or even join the attack as an additional winger. In big matches, where rivals usually close the spaces, his ability to find gaps and generate danger from the left flank is a lethal weapon. Additionally, his experience with set pieces, where his free kicks and corners are almost as dangerous as a penalty, gives Barça an extra advantage in decisive moments. But beyond his technical quality, what really stands out about Grimaldo is his mentality. In interviews, he has talked about how big matches motivate him. When the stadium roars, when you know everything is at stake, that's when I enjoy it the most. This steel mentality is exactly what Barça needs to face the European giants in the Champions League, where one mistake can cost elimination. Grimaldo is the type of player who doesn't hide, who asks for the ball and takes responsibility. His experience with Spain at Euro 2024, where he was a starter in key matches and helped La Roja lift the title, shows that he is used to shining under the spotlight. Flick knows this and maximizes Grimaldo's potential in these scenarios. In training, he has been seen working on specific situations for big matches, such as closing spaces against fast wingers, combining with PEDRI and GAVI to break defensive lines, and positioning himself to take advantage of counterattacks. In the draw against Monaco on the first day of the 2024-2025 Champions League, Grimaldo was one of the few who maintained his level, with an impressive physical display and an assist that almost gave Barça the victory. The supporters are already starting to see him as the man for the magical nights of the Champions League, those where Barça needs a leader to step up. In the Clásicos, Grimaldo has an additional motivation. As a La Masia-trained player, he knows what it means to face Real Madrid. In the 2-2 draw, he was seen celebrating every tackle, every successful pass with a passion that infected the supporters. The Cules on social media were quick to compare him to legends like Jordi Alba, who also lived the Clásicos with their soul. And it's not just against Madrid. In duels against Atletico de Madrid, PSG, or any other heavyweight rival, Grimaldo has the ability to change the course of the match with a flash of genius, whether it's a cross, a free-kick goal, or a defensive tackle that saves the team. This role in big matches is not just a matter of talent, but also of character. Grimaldo has demonstrated throughout his career that he does not fear pressure, that he does not back down from big names. In a club like Barça, where every important match is a final, having a player like him on the left flank is a luxury. Flick knows this well. Grimaldo is his secret weapon for the toughest battles, the man who can decide a Clásico, a Champions League semi-final, or a final with a moment of genius. Alejandro Grimaldo is ready to be the hero that the Camp Nou needs on the nights that will be etched in history.
One of the most exciting aspects of Alejandro Grimaldo's recruit is how he has integrated into the mechanism of FC Barcelona, becoming a key piece both in the locker room and on the field. Since his arrival at the club in the summer of 2024, Grimaldo has demonstrated an astonishing ability to connect with his teammates, forming partnerships that elevate Barça's game to another level. HIS adaptation has been so rapid and natural that it seems to be has been playing with this team for years. This, Culé, is a sign that we are dealing with a special player, one who not only brings quality but also elevates the performance of everyone around him. Let's start with the left flank, where Grimaldo has formed a lethal duo with LAMINE YAMAL, the young prodigy who, at just 17 years old, is revolutionizing world football. The combination of Grimaldo's experience and tactical maturity with Yamal's fresh audacity and speed create an unpredictable attack that drives opposing defense crazy. In match, we have seen them combine with almost telepathic synchronicity. Grimaldo advances down the flank with his precise left foot, open up the play, and sans point cross that Yamal exploits with his goal-scoring instinct. For example, in the 4-1 victory against Girona, a play between the two Waski, Grimaldo broke the defensive line with a true pass, and Yamal finished with the quality that characterizes him. This duo is already being compared to the great partnerships in Culé history, like that of Jordi Alba and Lionel Messi. And it's no wonder. Grimaldo brings calm and experience, while Yamal brings fire and audacity, creating a perfect balance that makes supporters dream. In the midfield, Grimaldo's connection with PEDRI and GAVI is another point worthy of applause. Grimaldo is not just a fullback who goes up and down the flank. He's a player who actively participates in building the game, constantly making himself available and combining with a precision that recalls the best moment of tiki-taka. In training, Hansi Flick has worked intensively on offensive triangle between Grimaldo, PEDRI, and Robert Lewandowski, creating play that promise to triumph in every match. For example, in a pre-season match against Tottenham, we saw a spectacular sequence. Grimaldo received a pass from PEDRI, advanced down the flank, returned the ball to the Canary Islanders with a first-time touch, and PEDRI served Lewandowski for a magnificent goal. These combinations are not the result of chance but of a tactical understanding that Grimaldo has developed thanks to his time at La Masia, where he learned the Culé DNA, associating and circulating the ball with intelligence. But Grimaldo's chemistry is not limited to the attack. In defense, his commitment to high pressing feels like a glove with Flick's philosophy, which demanded the entire teamwork are compact and aggressive uni. Grimaldo is not one of those fullbacks who neglect his defensive duty. On the contrary, we have seen him recover balls in the opponent's half, close passes intelligent, and support the central defenders like Ronald Araujo and Jules Koundé during moments of pressure. HIS connection with GAVI, another Tyrell warrior, is particularly remarkable. In the 2-2 draw against Real Madrid in the first Clásico of the season, Grimaldo and GAVI worked together to neutralize the advance of the rival Wangers, showing the intensity that lifted the Camp Nou. The supporter couldn't stop applauding every time Grimaldo stole a ball and played it out with class, demonstrating that he is a complete fullback capable of shining in both boxes. Another aspect that stands out in Grimaldo's integration is his relationship with Lewandowski. The Polish striker, known for his goal-scoring flair, has found in Grimaldo a perfect ally. The Spaniard's precise cross, whether from the flank or on set piece, are a gift for a finisher like Lewa. In training, Flick has helped Grimaldo practice delivery into the box, knowing that Lewandowski can turn any ball into a goal. This connection has already borne fruit in the victory against Girona, where across from Grimaldo found Lewandowski's effort a goal that sparked madness in the stand. But it's not just about cross. Grimaldo also shares a vision to slip through pass that leave Lewandowski one-on-one with goalkeeper, a skill that few fullback possess. When we talk about a recruit like Grimaldo, we think not only of the present but also of the legacy he can leave at the club. At Barça, great players don't just win titles, they inspire generations. Grimaldo shares everything it takes to become an idol: talent, humility, hard work, and a sincere love for the club. She is a story that of a player trained at La Masia who left to grow and returned to triumph. It's a message of hope for the youngster at La Masia. If Grimaldo maintains the level he has shown in his first match, he could become a legend. Imagine a future where his name is alongside those of Jordi Alba or Dani Alves, not for his skill, but for his impact. This Spaniard has the opportunity to write his name in Barça's history, and with Flick's guide, the sky is the limit. The recruit of Alejandro Grimaldo is not just news for the culé. It is a message to the football world. Barça is back, and not just a team that survives, but a giant that wants to dominate. While other clubs prend fortune en flashy names, Barça has been a la maze-trained player who combine quality, experience, and passion. This move demonstrates that Laporta and Flick have a clear vision to build a competitive team without compromising the club's future. Grimaldo is proof that Barça does need to spend 100 million to find stars. It is a recruit that silenced those who said the club was finished, that it couldn't compete with the European giants. With this Spaniard on the field, Barça doesn't just play. It déclare war on all its rivals. Let Madrid, Bayern, and City tremble, for Barça is back with Grimaldo. Culé, the recruit of Alejandro Grimaldo is much more than just a renforcement. It is a return of a son of La Masia who carries the Barça crest tattooed on his hat. Hansi Flick has brought in a star who will make opposing defense tremble and who will return US to our rightful place. It is the beginning of a new golden era, a season where Barça does just compete but dominate. So, Culé, I want to read your comments. What do you think of Grimaldo's return? Do you think he will be the key to winning La Liga and the Champions League? What do you expect from him this season? Leave me your opinion, because it's getting hot. Don't forget to like, subscribe to Barça without bar, and turn on the bell. Visca el Barça and Visca Grimaldo.